Hi, Mayor Al here, and I'm with Dennis Van Anna, our Office of Emergency Management Coordinator, better known as OEM. And I'm with, we also have a special guest today, Mike Coyle from PSE&G. We're going to talk about how you can get information and what you might want to do if you've got a storm emergency and you lost power. All right, what you might do beforehand, and then what we can do during the storm.
Thank you, Mayor, very much. I appreciate it. Thanks for giving us the opportunity to speak to the residents. PSE&G is very concerned prior to a storm to make sure that residents are aware of what they need to do and how they can stay updated and in touch relative to storm information. We encourage everyone to visit our website, PSEG.com, and go into our Safety and Reliability tab. And under that tab, there's a drop-down for a tremendous amount of resources of how to prepare for a storm, what to do during a storm, and what to do after a storm. And in preparation for a storm, we encourage residents to do a couple of things. Sign up for text alerts through our website, through your cell phone, and also to establish a My Account through our website, which will enable us to provide you with updates, email, text information on outages and things in preparation for a storm. We also have an area where we've partnered with Sesame Street, where we can is a resource for parents to work with young children in helping them understand storm preparation and storm readiness and things like that. So we encourage residents to utilize that resource. Preparing an emergency kit for in preparation for a storm, making sure you understand how to keep your refrigerator closed and not open it so it keeps food cold and non-perishable for the longest period of time. But again, before, during, and after a storm, there's a lot of resources out there that residents can tap into, and we encourage residents to always report an outage. If you have an outage, report it through our either your My Account on the website, through a text alert, or by calling our call center at 800-436-7734.
And Mike, what if they see a down wire that's just down, it's not necessarily sparking in the road? What they should call you on that?
Absolutely. If a resident first thing, if you notice a down wire, you need to stay away from it no matter what it is, whether it's sparking or not sparking. Always assume that a down wire is live, and reach out and notify PSE&G through one of those means, either calling the 800 number or sending us a text alert through or going into My Account. And always notify. And if you do have an outage, make sure you report it to PSE&G. Don't assume that your neighbor is going to report it or somebody down the block is going to report it. Always report it, whether it's your specific house alone or a neighborhood, because that gives us intelligence to understand how widespread the outages are and whether we have a single outage or we have a larger outage we need to address.
So okay, and again, I just want on the down wire, unless you see an emergency situation. Call you guys 911 if there is. Eventually, you and the police will coordinate as to where wires are down, or coordinate with Dennis will know. And Dennis, how do you work with that?
We work with both the police department and the fire department, and understand where their where they have power lines down, where we have trees down, where we have road blockages, or where we have priority locations.
Right.
Where we have officers that are on standby protecting that area, that we focus our calls to public service to them to try to free up those officers, free up those fire personnel so that they can respond to emergencies. Same way as we want people to call public service and not emergency calls rather than burden the 911 phone center.
So again, in the last storm we just had, there was a rush on 911. And many of those calls should have gone to PSE&G directly. Now, if there is an emergency situation, then call 911. But if it's something that is not an emergency, but you got to report it, get it into PSE&G, because they're the ones that have the resources. They're the ones that are going to be out there. The police are best they're going to do if it's a dangerous thing. They're just going to put a police car there. So you guys can prioritize it and make it work. Right. All right. Well, everybody, thank you. This is just a brief message. We have some additional information that you may want to see on another videotape. But again, Mike, thank you. Dennis, thank you. Have a good day.